This isn't about regulation, it's about leverage. Over the past 48 hours, the term Trump has spiked sharply across policy reporting channels. It's tied to what the administration describes as the largest deregulatory shift in modern U.S. history. At the same time, Secretary of State Marco Rubio has reassured European allies. While reaffirming hard expectations on defense spending and alignment, individually, these are policy stories. Collectively, they signal something larger. Domestic economic power is being converted into geopolitical pressure. Let's break it down. First, domestically, the administration is advancing aggressive regulatory rollback, particularly in environmental and industrial policy domains that affects energy production, manufacturing competitiveness, emissions rules, and compliance cost structures. Second, diplomatically, U.S. messaging to Europe remains firm. Increase defense spending, strengthen self-reliance, align strategically, reduce dependency vulnerabilities. The tone may be softer, the substance is not. Why this matters strategically? Regulatory standards are not just domestic policy tools, they are economic weapons. When the United States shifts regulatory posture, it alters capital allocation. Energy markets, industrial supply chains, cross-border trade assumptions. If the U.S. deregulates while the EU maintains strict climate and industrial standards, you get divergence. Divergence creates friction. Friction creates leverage. And leverage reshapes alliances. European stability implications. This doesn't mean Europe destabilizes tomorrow, but it does introduce stress points. First, political fragmentation risk. If some EU states lean toward alignment with Washington's approach, while others double down on regulatory autonomy, internal cohesion becomes harder. Second, fiscal pressure. Higher defense spending requirements stress already tight budgets. Third, industrial competitiveness pressure. If U.S. industry benefits from lower compliance costs, while European firms operate under stricter regimes, Brussels faces a policy dilemma: adapt or risk capital flight. Global impact. Beyond Europe, three global consequences emerge: market volatility. Long-term sectors, energy, infrastructure, heavy industry, react to regulatory uncertainty. Strategic exploitation. Any visible transatlantic friction becomes opportunity space for Russia or China, diplomatically, economically, or informationally. Realignment pressure. Middle powers watch closely. If regulatory divergence widens, countries in Asia, Latin America, and Africa may hedge their standards toward whichever bloc offers more growth or stability. This becomes less about ideology and more about economic gravity. What to watch next? If this develops into something structural, you will see formal EU statements on regulatory independence, defense spending acceleration timelines, energy policy recalibration in Brussels, increased rhetoric around strategic autonomy, market shifts in industrial investment flows. If those converge, the shift is systemic. If not, this remains a policy oscillation. Final assessment: this is not a crisis. It is a recalibration. The 2026 strategic posture of the United States prioritizes homeland defense, China deterrence, allied burden sharing. Europe is adjusting in real time. The question isn't whether deregulation is good or bad. The question is who gains leverage when rules change. And in geopolitics, rules are power. This has been a Trescudo intelligence briefing. Stay focused on the signal.